Welcome to Sideline Theory. I am here with Michael Lane.
Throwing up the U, baby.
And
That's
we
all
have
it
a
is.
special guest here in the room with us.
Yeah, baby.
My boy, Devontae Mack. That's his government. They call him Bang. But he's here today. So
What
yeah,
up,
we're gonna try to keep it civil tonight.
Yeah.
We do have we've got a op in the building. With this Florida State on.
Yeah.
So
Are you guys playing football this year?
Nah. Y'all gonna win the ACC.
I can't believe he signed up for this, but I'm glad he did.
We got an ACC champ at quarterback.
I'm glad he did. When he first got here, I said, hey, I got to run upstairs, but I'll bring you a shirt.
At first, I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. But it is what it is, right? I mean, Mike showed up in a Saints hat last week, so.
Yeah.
And now, dude, don't worry. I'm rocking your New York Giants tonight.
Yes,
So the comments will say I'm a Giants fan. I wear a different hat every pod.
I don't know. You might be alluding to this, but you could be a fan later on. I don't know. It depends if they draft Jeremiah Love or not, right?
Ooh.
Big Notre Dame guy.
They're definitely not drafting.
Big Notre Dame guy.
Dude, those little Irish people. That's another person we'll have on the pod soon is Dave. Dave will come on.
All right,
He's
cool.
an Irish person.
Well, we'll jump into it tonight. Again, appreciate you, Devontae, for showing up and
Yes, sir.
having some takes with us. So we're going to start with a familiar topic for all of us. All football guys our whole lives. So we're going to start with our first question here.
Sorry.
Who will be the top teams in the college football in the upcoming year? These don't have to be in specific order, but you can lay them out however you like. And Mike, I want you to kick us off here.
I'm gonna start with a team that I am very high on, and it seems like people are starting to come around to. I don't know if you guys have caught up with this team. We said it. We did our super early in our first episode, super early look ahead. I think the Oklahoma State Cowboys are going to be really good this year, man. They brought over the North Texas head coach and the quarterback. I think is Mestemaker, one of the two.
Mestemaker, yeah.
Yeah, Mestemaker. And I think that they're going to have a super potent offense. They brought basically North Texas to Oklahoma State, and I'm pretty high on them in the Big 12. I think that they're going to be able to put up some points. So I'm pretty pumped. I'm excited. I'm going to go Oklahoma State as a team that I'm looking out for this coming year.
All right.
How about you, Devontae?
All right. I am going to go with one of the usual suspects, and I am going to say, and y'all are going to hate me, but I got to go Ohio State. And I have to go Ohio State because returning quarterback, best receiver in the country is coming back. Bo Jackson's at running back. Now, I know they did lose a lot on defense. The first round's 3 or 4.
Sonny Styles plays every position, basically.
The D tackle. But Ohio State's one of those teams that always reloads.
Love,
like a rebuild.
you know the receiver they're bringing in, Chris Henry?
Henry.
Oh, my gosh, bro.
That's
a dog.
That's stacked. Jeremiah Smith, Chris Henry.
Widsane coming back.
Yep. So the take though on practice so far, Jeremiah Smith is actually calling out another freshman.
Okay.
Bay, great name. Bay, Legend Bay.
Legend Bay.
His name is Legend?
Legend Bay.
That's awesome.
And they put him in that number 2 though.
Yeah, they said he's gonna, basically Ryan Day said he's gonna play everywhere, a little bit of everywhere.
He's been practicing at running back.
He said I wasn't here when this guy was there, but he comped him to. Who was the guy that played for the Commanders or the football team?
Debo? Who are you talking about?
No, not
Terry
Debo
McLaurin?
before them.
McLaurin?
I'll think of it. But yeah, he got some praise by a comp, from coach. But yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, we're not Buckeye guys.
I know that.
None of us are.
Are they going to be able to dethrone Indiana?
What I will say is, hey,
yes.
be careful. Because you're depending on Arthur Smith to call offensive games. So
that's tough. I might have to bring
good luck with that.
Take that back.
Give us a team, bro.
And we'll see if Jonas Smith has any eligibility. I am going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs.
Oh, that was one of the teams I was thinking.
Gunnar Stockton's back.
He's a quiet
couple elite guys at running back.
I don't blame him.
Returning 4 starters on the offensive line.
Yep.
Defense was very, very, very young. That's going to be a benefit. Obviously, a strong recruiting class as usual. Georgia in what could, be seen as a down year where they're very young and inexperienced. Still, we're right on the doorstep. If it weren't for, some miraculous quarterback play. So Georgia will be back, like they never left, in my opinion.
A team that I want to bring up to the table, and I know Devontae has an affiliation with this team as well. I want to talk about the LSU Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think I want to go to you, Devontae. Do you think that Lane has enough? Will he back it up this year? Is it more likely the LSU Tigers win the SEC or win 6 games?
Oh, that's tough. And I actually had LSU on my list as well. And the reason I had them on my list is because Lane Kiffin is always going to score points. That ain't never been a question. He's always going to be able to talk to that.
The great LSU teams, I mean, with Joe scored, but even those early days, they had great defense.
Yeah. So the thing with LSU is their defense has to pick up slack. You know what I'm saying? They can't have poor quarterback play out of Sam Leavitt. Running back, you got Durham back. He's back. And then I think the young Harlem Berry's back as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went and got 3 or 4 big time guys.
Got the big tackle from
Seton and his uncle living there. I think right there in Baton Rouge.
And then the interesting thing that everybody was talking about offseason was he went to the portal and got 3 or 4 receivers that are like almost dang near D2 FCS.
So you
guys.
got them winning the SEC. I had LSU in the SEC championship game. I had them in the championship game.
I would always, if it comes to SEC, I'm always going to bet on UGA because I think the coaching is what separates UGA from a lot of people. Smart is always.
What I will say about Lane Kiffin, everywhere he's been, and like you can look at when he got to Ole Miss, I think it's different because he wasn't proven on a large scale, and he's in Mississippi.
Right.
So you're having to like convince guys that geography, it's okay. Now you're at a mecca of college football.
Yep.
You've done this. You've proven the concept.
Yep.
It's going to be easier to get guys in. And for that reason, Mike, I think that he'll have more early success than he did anywhere else that he's been. He makes me so nervous. And we talked about this, about head coaches who maybe lack, at least the perception of like lacking leadership. Of like, you're too cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel is like, man, it seems like it'd be awesome to play for him, but can he check a room? That's different. Kiffin gives me those vibes, but it never seems to implode. I don't know how, man.
I think the kids buy in.
And he's doing it with guys that are meeting each other for the first time in preseason camp, and they're putting it all on the line for each other. So that's cool. I don't know what he's doing.
He might have this system down because it's easy. They always say, like, with time, you're going to show people who you really are.
Yeah.
And so with Lane, especially in this NIL world, it might be hey, I spend 3 to 5 years at a place and I go somewhere else because his real self will come out, which is whatever, bro. Do you. Yeah. But it's not a Saban-esque, Joe Paterno-esque who's going to be there for Bobby Bowden.
And that's where I think people got it wrong with the whole transition of taking the job. Like, apart from the fact that the timing doesn't make sense, it's happening in the middle of the year. LSU, in my opinion, is a better job. I think most people would agree with that. They still don't like the optics because people are used to Saban, used to the guys that stick there forever, right? That is not Lane Kiffin.
No.
What I will say, though, that from a player's perspective, when I played at Reinhardt, my offensive line coach was unfiltered, right? And, like, I think there's an appreciation for that as a coach when you're laying yourself on the line. Like, I get it. Like, but I love that Lane Kiffin doesn't take himself too seriously. I know we were joking about Signetti with Nick Marsh.
Gold cleats.
He's got a cleat issue. Like, hey.
That's not what we do at this proud university.
Right, but like, and hey, listen, to each their own. And that may work with a lot of guys that you're bringing up from the FCS, from D2, yada, yada, yada. But Lane Kiffin seems to fill the void where it's like he's cool enough, but he's also not so filtered that you don't get your real opinion from him. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's very – it just scares me, right? Like, when I played at Reinhardt, we played Faulkner, Alabama, perennial national contenders, had a ton of D1 bounce-back guys that they took, and we knew for a fact if we scored first, they were gonna crumble because they didn't know each other. Same thing, 80% transfer-laden team.
Yeah.
It's so easy to give up next to a guy that you're a stranger to. Mm-hmm. That's what worries me a little bit about the whole build by the transfer portal. Everyone seems to be like that. And Lane Kiffin, for whatever reason, seemed to figure out the secret sauce for that.
Well, I think that he's doing a good job with the transfer portal system. A team that has not been doing a good job with the transfer portal system. Devontae, you're Seminoles, bro. Y'all are terrible. Call it what it is. I think it's you guys. If Signetti was transfer portal gold, y'all are transfer portal trash. And no disparaging the man, obviously, but DJU was just a terrible bring in, and it really tanked the year.
That team was more than like he wasn't the reason that team was sorry. Like our O-line was bad. Like we didn't have nothing. There's the thing, like you can't win if you don't have players. Like at the end of the day, if you don't recruit,
Is
you
what
can't win.
tanked Florida State the Georgia Orange Bowl. Y'all missed the playoff. You're undefeated.
the whole
You have
thing.
you have people skip out of the bowl game, and so you sent a JV team down to play a ticked off Georgia team who routed you 63-0. Do you think that? And then there's just a stink on the whole program. Like
that hurts. That one hurt a lot because you knew how good the team was. The defense was outstanding, but to miss the playoffs, that stings. Like you can't recover from that like that, especially with like how we're recruiting.
As a Seminole fan, do you think that you guys should have been in that top 4, or were you okay with Bama jumping you that year?
No.
With Travis getting hurt,
of course, I'm gonna say we should have been in. I still think without Travis, we still beat most of those teams in there because our defense was so dang good. The defense was the D-line was the
other D tackle,
the white guy Fist,
right. Who were both with the Rams.
Defense was the best out of
both balling in the NFL.
I still think we have a chance. Now, if Jordan Travis is there, I might say we.
So all that being said, you want Norvell gone?
Of course, I've been wanting Norvell gone.
I will say the fact that you don't play in that game, right? I get the disappointment. That is a culture issue.
Yeah.
Georgia, they don't sit out. Bama, they rarely sit out. Like the perennial.
Even Cam Ward, Miami, Cam Ward played when he's going to go number 1. He played the whole first half of a bowl game.
And I hated that because I had a betting slip on his over that night.
But I read
and he was perfect.
He was dotting
and then he sat, and I went.
I would rather you do like if you're going to the league and you're projected high. I'd rather you. All right, let me go. If my team need me, let me go play this half, and then once I get.
And that's where it's like the cultural rootedness of FSU and other places, not just FSU, but like if you can't go lay it on the line for your brothers one more time,
it's tough.
Even if you're not there to win a championship,
it's tough.
It's hard to convince other guys to come to that place, especially when you have a guy, a head coach, who doesn't seem to be,
respected for real. Like on the outside.
Yeah, respected. Like I don't see how anyone goes like, that's the guy I want to go play for.
I'll say this. I don't care who you are, and I don't care what team you are. If you don't have a quarterback, your ass ain't winning.
Yeah. Well, y'all got Ashton Daniels.
We got a gamer.
The thing with Mike Norvell, I think he just needs different sunglasses because he looks weird.
All right, hey, let's move. I know the prompt was top teams in college football. We're far from that right now. I want to call out one other team, and this is the reason that I wouldn't take LSU in the SEC championship.
Florida State so hard.
The Texas Longhorns.
Ooh.
I'm not buying it.
Arch Manning is back. They went huge.
Oh, we're gonna keep going on this.
They went huge in free agency this year. Cam Coleman. Come on, I get no giggles on free agency. All right. Cam Coleman, deep threat. Hollywood Smothers, Raleek Brown, both running backs, shifty, versatile guys that I think will play a big part. Arch Manning, the last half of the season last year, settled into it.
He was a great running back.
Played well.
Yeah, he was a great running back.
And what I think is coming into this season with less hype than they had coming into last season
for sure
is going to be a pressure release valve for Arch Manning to play a little better without the expectations.
Interesting thing. Well. Obviously, they went to Ohio State last year. Ohio State comes to Texas this year. Your first team you mentioned was Ohio State. They're in the SEC. The SEC still – I don't think Texas versus Georgia is a philosophical mismatch. That Kirby Smart, his football knowledge, I think is just the kryptonite to how Steve Sarkisian does it.
And to be fair, that's Georgia for a lot of teams. But
especially for Texas. They cannot move the ball. Yeah. Regardless of who is at quarterback.
It all started.
So I'm not on as high on Texas.
That's fair.
Here's the thing about Arch Manning, though. He's always had a loaded roster with him since he's been there.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been anything crazy. So adding Cam Coleman along with Ryan Wingo, what does that mean?
I don't think it's
to me that's normal.
Yeah, I don't think it's so much. I don't think it's so much about the additions. I think it's a lot more about the mental of the aspirations without expectations.
Yeah.
Texas coming into last season, everyone's like, obviously they're number one. They're going to win it.
Right.
So I think him being a guy, he's not a huge personality like some of these 5-stars that come to the college ranks. And I think because of that, he's going to be more affected by some of the pressure.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that without some of that pressure, it gives him more room to breathe.
Right. I agree.
And maybe he can put the things together.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think they're winning the SEC even if they make it to the championship game because I agree. They're not beating Georgia. It's a lot like Oregon whenever they play anyone in the top half of that conference.
Oregon don't have the trenches, though.
And it's like culturally rooted for me. But I do think it's an interesting team coming into the year.
I want to bring up a team for the table. Alabama.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what direction they go.
I have Alabama losing 4 games in a row this year. They have a stint of Georgia, then at Tennessee, home for A&M, at LSU in the middle of the year. I think they lose all 4 games. No? Any thoughts? I don't see the way that the program is being executed. They are not. They're just not Bama. It's like, and that's not a hot take.
Yeah,
Saban's
so
gone.
I'll say I wouldn't
it's just
shock me
not.
if they drop 4 in a row, the 4 that you just mentioned, but it also wouldn't shock me if they split it. Like, just based on some of the inconsistencies of the other teams. Who's the quarterback in Alabama?
The tall guy, probably.
I mean, that's the question, right? You said it
the tall
earlier,
kid.
especially in college football, without an elite guy at quarterback.
And that matters,
and we'd
bro.
be remiss if we did not mention the
you is all about you.
Got the
It's
swag
all
on
about
tonight.
It's all
We had
about
to
you.
save this one for my friend Bang on the podcast. The Miami Hurricanes. I don't know how much we really need to say here, right? We've got an ACC champion at quarterback.
Yes, sir. Finally got a conference champ.
We got his top target,
Even
1,000-yard
Who's
receiver,
a conference champ?
Cooper Barcade at wide receiver.
Barcade, bro.
We'll call him whatever he wants. He's gonna have some spice. He's
Hey,
South
he's
Florida.
a Harvard grad, bro. You better call that man the right name.
Definitely going to be
he going.
We have King Tony back.
Ooh, baby Jesus, wearing number 1.
We have humble Mark Fletcher back.
Humble.
Junior, sorry, RIP to his dad.
Yeah.
We got some pieces on defense back.
We got Mohamed Toure, 37 years old.
This is go ahead and put your bets in, stroke your pen. Let's go.
Okay.
The Miami Hurricanes are going to be undefeated in the regular season 2026.
What a hot take.
You're
CBS just came out with their weekly who they think will be number 1 going into each week.
Yep.
The number 1 team going into the college football playoff, your Miami Hurricanes.
Go ahead, throw up that U for us, Devon.
The biggest game, obviously, they start off, they got Stanford, I think Florida, Atlanta.
Yeah, those like
just
Thursday,
slack,
Friday
Wake Forest.
night games.
Yeah, terrible.
Andrew
Then they
Luck
go
and the
at
boys.
Clemson, and then bye, and then against your Knowles in Miami. Always, hey, nothing but respect for Florida State. Seriously.
I mean, you got to respect the rivalry.
Got to.
Not me.
And then November 7th,
Nah.
biggest game of the year. Hopefully
We're
it's an
taking it to 'em.
undefeated Miami at undefeated Notre Dame. It should be the game of the year.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I've literally got
Undefeated
undefeated
Miami
regular
at-
season, highlighted by wins at Clemson October 3rd, at Notre Dame November 7th. You walk into the
Didn't
playoffs.
you have to highlight Florida State? Golly.
Yeah, I remember when Florida State was beating us by 40. No respect on this. Not this year. You have to
Miami,
show
the
me.
only
You have to show me again.
only team returning 2. Miami's returning 2 1,100-plus yard receivers. All 3 of their running backs. Tramar Brown was the savior against Ohio State. The defense,
North
the
Dakota
secondary is
State
going to be huge. They added Damon Wilson, the Missouri transfer, former Georgia player as well.
Yeah, he in debt.
Miami's going to be really good, man. I'm obviously this podcast is super pumped for Miami. And
Ooh.
And major indication, right? Like also excited to watch a D-line guy, Justin Scott, a name that's circulating as, could potentially play himself into a very high draft selection.
What really quick, just to wrap up this college football talk, what team do you think has the most approved this college football year? Like I really think Florida State has a ton, not even being funny. Florida State has a ton that they need to prove this college football year. I think that you hope that they don't prove so they can fire the coach. Like, would you rather them be 9-4 or just bottom out 2-10 and just fire everybody? What team has the most approved this college football season?
I'll let you kick us off, Devontae. Who you got most approved?
My boy Mike thinks Florida State.
The question is, do you want them to go 9-4 or 2-10?
All right, I have 2 different answers. I think for my boy Ashton Daniels' sake, I want him to go 9-4.
Okay.
My boy's a baller.
Yeah.
That's my boy. I got a good relationship with him. On the other hand, I don't trust Norvell. So, with that being said, something's got to give. And I don't know which one it's going to be. But I'll tell you like this. We're going to be climbing up a mountain for the first week. We're going to Tuscaloosa.
I think that's second. His first game is against SMU.
Yes, SMU.
Y'all losing by 20. SMU running them boys. Kevin, look, he thought Jennings was gone. Jennings is
I definitely thought Jennings was gone.
Nah, he there,
We
bro.
got a chance. Jennings ain't there.
Fortunately, you don't have to play in that game. That's the same
Yeah,
thing.
you just
I
have
did
to watch
Calhoun
it.
senior year. When
I
Cut
feel
was
that.
like, "Hey, these front seven are all back."
I feel that.
Huh?
I feel that.
They're all back. That's not good.
ESPN just did a thing where they like algorithmed some stat to rate coaching jobs over the last 25 years, like who did the best. Signetti was number 1 with a bullet in this
Greatest college football team in history of it.
and then number two top coach in the last 25 years according to their algorithm, which means it's broken. Rhett Lashley with SMU 2 years ago in the playoffs. It's just their system.
You took half of Miami. That's why. So we basically made the playoffs back-to-back years.
So team to prove. Not being funny, we both have an answer. You can hit them with
Okay,
that.
I'll hit my first one. Indiana.
Ooh,
Indiana, off of a national championship
that
win,
same commenter's going to call you a
has
moron.
the most. Yeah, there are going to be a lot of people thinking I'm a moron tonight. What I think, it's not a matter of winning, but it's a matter of proving longevity, right? He's now starting to get, I mean, these still aren't recruiting classes to write home about, but Signetti's starting to bring some 4-star talent onto the roster. He's starting to hit the transfer portal. We will see if that's going to work with the type of culture that he seems to be trying to implement, which is very Saban-esque. However, Saban, I think maybe earned it for longer as a head coach before he started chewing people out based on their cleats at spring practice. We'll see. Especially when we're talking about bringing a star over in the transfer portal, Nick Marsh, who was probably the guy at Michigan State.
Yeah, I wanted him at Miami.
Being treated.
He's from South Florida, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure
I
where
might
he's
be
from,
wrong.
but
Yeah.
I think it's tricky. We'll see if that pans out. I think one more solid year. I think that obviously they came in with targets on their back for a lot of these games last season. They beat the guys they needed to beat in the big moments.
Pretty light schedule.
What they didn't
Regular
do
season.
2 years ago, right, when they were kind of like unknown, out of nowhere. This will be the full season of everyone knows who you are. Everyone knows you're at the peak, and they're trying to knock you off. They're trying to put their names on the map too.
Mm-hmm.
So we will see. I think they've got the most to prove because if they have another great year, it's etched in stone.
A team that I think has a ton to prove are the USC Trojans. I think Maeva has a potential for a Heisman-esque year. Mekhi Lemon's going to go top 15 in the draft. But I think it's put up or shut up for Lincoln Riley. I really do. I think that he has to put it together. He does have the number 1 recruiting class coming in, so he's not getting fired this year because he's going to have a runway. But in the next 2 years, man, you got to make a Big Ten championship game. Like USC has to be on the map. They got the money, the location. USC has to be on the map. And so I think it's a huge year for the USC Trojans with Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, if you don't want to be Cliff Kingsbury.
Yep, 100%.
All right, I think we'll just move in. So appreciate the college football conversation.
Yeah,
obviously wanted to do that. That's a focal point.
Side
with us
note,
three.
last thing.
Yeah.
ESPN came out with their quarterback rankings for next year. Darian Mensah, 11th. 11th.
I like it.
I mean, hopefully.
I like it for us. That seems like Mario Cristobal called ESPN and was like, "Hey, can y'all put him at 11, please?"
Mario paid them too.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. I mean, it's part of the $11 million, whatever it was.
Let's go more college, but college basketball.
March Madness.
It's so mad.
It's very mad. So we're gonna hit some key moments. We're not gonna spend a whole lot of time getting into those moments, but just some key moments.
Let's just pause it right now. The best moment of college basketball March Madness this year, Brandon, take your flowers, take your bow. High Point getting the dub. You heard it from Sideline Theory.
Wow.
It's not a theory anymore, people. It was put into motion. Brandon Cheatham
Fact.
called High Point. How did you know that it was going to happen, Brandon?
Fact. 30-win team coming to the tournament.
He
Like
said
I
no one
mentioned-
wanted to play them.
Like I mentioned on that, yeah, the swagger was crazy, right?
The bravado.
Their players being interviewed like at halftime are like, yeah, we're better athletes. We just got to put it together.
Yeah.
Now, you're playing Wisconsin, so yeah, you probably are better athletes. But the whole point is like that aggressive nature, but also like sheer confidence, and clearly it's resonating through not only the players but the coach as
100%.
well. I love that.
And they played Arkansas super tough the second game.
Yep.
Just
and they got
busting
some guys
threes.
that can shoot it.
Yeah.
So the difference in the second game was that Johnson wasn't hitting his shots.
Yeah.
He was letting him. He
Bro,
was letting him.
he was
roll.
cooking at 5 minutes left in the second half.
Yep.
That man, number 99.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah, which is
giving
I
them the
think based in
business.
scripture.
Is that
about
really why he did that?
Leaving the 99.
Is that really
to
why
get
he
the
wore
one.
it?
Yes.
Wow.
You should go back and look at his post-game presser after the first game they won. These
Oh,
guys
my.
are all hyped up, yelling, going crazy, and he's
He's trying to
he's quoting the
evangelize.
team scripture on how they love each other and serve each other.
Aw.
And so yeah, cool story. Awesome that I picked it. Another quick one, really quick. VCU over UNC. Obviously, UNC's favorite
Imploded.
best player was hurt.
Caleb Wilson out.
We're
And
down
then
by as many as 19, but caught fire.
North Carolina ended up firing Hubert Davis.
Yeah, just want to toot my horn that was the second one that I picked.
Yep.
I won't mention any of the ones that I didn't pick correctly.
Hubert Davis getting fired. They're talking about the top candidate replacing him being the Iowa State head coach, TJ Olzerberger.
Yep.
It's a very militant man. Very good. I mean, Iowa State is really good, a very disciplined program. And so I'm curious to see what North Carolina does moving away from like they're saying they want to get away from like the Dean Smith lineage. And so, yeah, that was an interesting outcome. The best game that I've seen, Vanderbilt, Nebraska. What, dude, Vanderbilt. So these games are supposed to be neutral site. The Vanderbilt, Nebraska game was in Oklahoma City. The entire Nebraska city, the state, came down to Oklahoma City, and it was 99% Nebraska fans in that stadium, and it was intense to watch. They were throwing haymakers back and forth, Vanderbilt, Nebraska, and Nebraska got the lead at the very end, and Vanderbilt in and out a game-winning shot by their 6-foot point guard, and it was just
on the
incredible
rise, man.
game.
And it's got to be easy to recruit people in Nashville.
Oh yeah,
That's
Nash
gotta be
Vegas,
easy.
bro.
So
that was one of the best games I've seen so far. Right now we're watching Arizona, Arkansas. Arizona's
yeah,
gonna
and like
business.
to your point about the home court advantage, Houston's playing in Houston. It doesn't seem to be bothering Illinois as much.
Yeah, Illinois is doing well.
I
want to hit Acuff.
Yeah,
you can start.
Acuff is one of my moments, quote unquote, because it's really just been the couple games so far. But he's averaging 30.6 assists per game.
Set the record most points by a freshman.
He is shooting 48.7% from the field, 45% from three.
That's the crazy thing.
Obviously, a heavy underdog tonight with this Arizona team that's laden with NBA guys. He's the only shot they got. I mean, he's got to put up 40 to have a chance. But really impressive. I know we spoke about him in the couple episodes, or maybe last episode, just about how Coach Cal is very high on the player. But, yeah, I think very impressive so far. Another guy that I really, really like, though, is...
Well, I want to stick on Acuff real quick.
Okay,
I think
go ahead.
An interesting thing, this is where I was going, I have it written down, you said it before the pod. I really think Acuff is Calipari's D-Rose 2.0. From Memphis back in 2007, D-Rose took Memphis to the title game, losing to the Mario Chalmers, Kansas Jayhawks. Interesting, bro. And when you watch them, they look the same. Literally both D-Rose and Acuff in college, their freshman year, 6'3", 190. Both of them, exact same type. Acuff is just a better shooter, but they're both at 48% from the field. They both average 5 free throws a game. I really think Acuff is the best. I think he has a strong potential. I like him over Peterson. From what I saw from Kansas as Peterson, I like Acuff more. The best player that I saw was on a team that didn't have their second best player and lost in the first round. DeBanza from
that's
from
where
BYU.
I was going next.
He's the best player. And if the Indiana Pacers get the first pick, they're going to be a squad for the next 5 years. The Halliburton injury is going to be the best thing that happened to Indiana because they are going to get AJ DeBanza number 1 overall. He is awesome. He is awesome.
Yeah. Not to mention, obviously, the talent, but he's also huge.
Yeah.
So that matters a lot.
And skilled. Like he's
So,
great.
Yeah, he was another moment, right? They lost. He went for 35 and 10.
But to Texas, who Texas just barely lost in the Sweet 16. So it was him versus Texas.
Yep. Yeah. Texas obviously on a run that I called that would end to Purdue, even though we didn't include that. And then the other moment, the buzzer beater to beat Kansas from St. John's, Patino back in the dance, doing Patino things. Love that moment. That guy's name, Dylan Darling. What a name for a buzzer beater. And then the last moment that I have here is Alvaro Folgueras, the game winner for Iowa to beat number 1 seed Florida.
Crazy.
And I know we talked a little bit, Devontae and Mike and I talked a little bit before the podcast started taping, but super weird approach from Florida to be in a full court press and chasing. And he also comes out and says, like, the plan was to foul, which I guess I can get behind, like, the analytics of he can't beat you if it's a 2-shot foul, but you're the heavy favorite, so just play defense straight up, it seems to be the best approach.
Interesting end of sequence games. In the round of 64, obviously Santa Clara, Kentucky was huge. Santa Clara hit the 3 to go ahead, and then Kentucky hits it at the buzzer to push it. Do you think, and Devontae, I want you in on this, bro, and then if you have to come sit by me, that's totally fine. But do you think that NIL is killing Cinderella? Because the last 2 years, which the 2 prominent years of NIL, the round of, like, even right now, Texas was the highest rated, and they were 11, and they just got bounced. Granted, it was close, but they got bounced. Iowa's a 9. They're the highest seed remaining, I believe. And so, do you think that Cinderella's out because the spread of talent is high at the top? Like, there's like 12 to 16 teams that are good, but you're losing the programs that would go, the George Masons who would go on a run. They got 3 seniors who've been there for 4 years. Now those seniors are going to Arkansas their sophomore year. So it's like, do you think NIL is killing the Cinderella?
I could even make a case, and Devontae, I want to hear if you got an opinion as well. You don't even have to be on video. I know the video's acting up, but we can just get your audio too. But what I would make the case, Mike, is it's not even so much the guys leaving those places, but if in the landscape of NIL, if you're being recruited to Duke and you're a top 50 player in the country and you play power forward and Cameron Boozer is also committed to Duke, why don't you want to go get paid as the starter somewhere instead of sitting as a deep bench guy? Go make money. To your point, it disperses the talent. Still amongst the top group, though. So now everyone at the top is a little bit deeper. Whereas in the past, you just had super heavy, like all the talent went to 3 schools because they weren't being paid. It's the same education. It's the same full – I mean, they weren't being paid. I don't know. But because now you can be paid as a star – maybe you do take the second tier in that conference and go be the star instead of going to just pile on to another 6 or 7 guys who are top 50 players in the country. So I think for that standpoint, I think NIL
the middle class is definitely growing.
Yeah, got a huge
in both college big time sports.
Yeah,
I think it's setting up for a lackluster round of 64, but I think round of 32 on, I think we will get great matchups. But I do think that the true like 14, 15, even a 16 seed beating Virginia, I think that those days are over. I don't think that we're gonna get. I think we will get a Siena being close to Duke, which is a moment. At one point, you're like, bro, they're down 11.5. But I don't think that we will get a full.
What's your point? Like
moment.
if you're administrative, if you're the NCAA, you probably don't mind it.
No.
Like because the Cinderella's lasting 2 games, but when you do have more condensed talent and more parity amongst the top groupings, you've got legitimately 14 teams that can win it all. Whereas in the past, it's like, maybe they could if they went on a nice run and they played really, really well. But for the most part, it's been like a 4 or 5 team max that has the chance to win it. So I think the tournament overall maybe is a better product, and I think people go, hey,
I'm excited.
Cool with the NIL there.
Let's just jump into the Sweet 16 that's happening right now.
Yeah,
we'll give you a
couple. I know a couple have finished, but just personally, I had Purdue. Slow and steady wins the race. They're ranked 324th in the country in pace.
Gosh.
So I put, certainly don't expect a ton of fireworks in this one.
Which Texas almost had them in. Texas is
it was right there at the end.
Really lengthy and athletic, and so they had it, but just a putback by Purdue at the end pushes them to the Elite 8. And then obviously Iowa as a 9 seed is now heading on, beating Nebraska in the last minute of that game. So that was an interesting finish.
The note there for me, though, was that these teams look like, statistically speaking, are like mirrors of each other.
Yeah.
So it kind of was like the most toss-up game of the round of 16 for the Sweet 16 is like Nebraska, Iowa can kind of teeter either way. But yeah, Nebraska obviously gets the win.
Ooh.
Right now, we're watching Arkansas, Arizona. Arizona.
Is up 11.5.
Yeah, I mean, Arkansas looks a little bit dead in the water. I know we joked that if you're Acuff, like, I'm sitting on the bench and be like, hey, I'm
Give me the
shooting
ball.
the rest of these.
100%.
I mean, that's
Dude,
we'll put our best foot forward. With
we're going
me
Sweet
shooting
16.
the
I
rest.
want to pass it to you. You can talk about Sparty. Do you think Sparty is beating the Huskies? We're not talking women's. We're going men's. You got Sparty over the Huskies?
Of course, I got to go with Sparty, but it's always about how Tom Izzo prepares these boys because he's all about defense and rebounding.
What's
You know what I'm
crazy?
saying?
He hasn't won a chip since 2000.
It's been a while. But I think now's the best time to do it, especially with Cohen Carr, one of the best players in the country.
And the Fears.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Fears Jr.
Fears Jr.,
I put this
yeah.
on my notes. Is a guard. He's averaging second most assists in the country.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that can really help them win games without having to score 30. Like, that's pretty rare in college basketball.
Yep.
Izzo's had a few of those guys in the past.
Yeah.
A great facilitator is, I could even argue it's worth more than a great scorer because he can get other guys their shots. Not saying that he can't score it, but yeah, that was my note from Michigan State side of things. If Jeremy Fears can play well, facilitate well enough, and keep it close.
It is interesting. I do think if there's a coach that almost could make Hurley go crazy, it's going to be Izzo.
Oh, yeah.
Izzo could get – yeah, exactly. And it's going to mess with Hurley. And they got Fears. They got enough pieces that can give UConn a game.
Yep.
I wouldn't be shocked if Sparty wins, but I am taking UConn.
Okay.
I have UConn in my Final Four. You have Michigan State winning the chip, right?
Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan State winning the chip.
Yeah, I've got UConn.
You get UConn?
I'm a big Dan Hurley guy. Oh. He's hilarious to me. He did share a story a few days ago that he sent a playful voice memo message to Izzo because they have a relationship, and he goes like, "Hey Izzo, it was like 10 p.m. and they have a very late start tomorrow night." Where he goes like, "Hey, just be ready. We're gonna be at halftime tomorrow night or 3 nights."
He's like,
so wake up and run some laps so your body's like registered for it.
If Danny Hurley knew Luka was gonna be on the Lakers, would he have taken the job? Or was he just? It did come out that a lot of that was just his agent saying put stuff out there so he can get paid from UConn more.
Which I would believe too.
Yeah.
But if you knew you got Luka coming in,
okay, at that time I still don't think he takes it.
For real?
I still don't think he'd take it. At this time,
you think he's gone?
Dude, like,
got to.
He has been so vocal about the lack of support and the lack of – it almost feels like he feels disrespected, not at just the administration, but like just the whole community of UConn showing up to these games where he's like – and, people are like questioning how he's coaching people hard and he's yelling and he's saying whatever he wants to say. And he's like, dude, I have enough equity here based on what we've done.
A little Bufordy, like Buford is the UConn women. Buford football is the UConn women's, and all the other athletics that are good are the Buford athletics that are not football. And that's
that's true.
Because this community is at the girls' games. They're at the Lady Huskies games. That's how it is. That's what it is.
Unfortunately, it's never going to be different for him. So
because it stinks that UConn has been a program that is a huge brand in college basketball,
big pillar.
But I mean, you're up against the UConn women,
you're up against the mecca of women's basketball.
Another one that's great. You got St. John or Duke?
I don't trust Duke. I said that before we started recording.
So you're going John?
Let's go.
The Red Storm.
Patino,
baby.
Hey,
he made.
Hey, listen. As long as Michigan State outlasts Duke, I'm good.
Oh, there we go. I think
you know who that's for.
Patino made. They made that last bucket. He didn't even react, bro.
He didn't even react.
Cold killer, bro.
Cold-blooded.
Just went and shook the hand.
Well, I actually saw that I was out of respect for the losing.
Oh,
coach.
for sure.
So less of a killer, more of an.
Well, I do think he has a lot of been there, done that. A lot of people are arguing he's the GOAT coach now.
Oh.
I mean,
it's arguable.
Did we know who St. John was in the 2000s?
It's arguable.
Time making the Sweet 16 since 1999.
Yeah, and I will say I love the fact that he's just transparent. Like, as a player, it kind of goes back to the Kiffin thing. Like, he's quoted yesterday, I think, in a question from an interview where he goes like, "Yeah, I don't know if we're good enough to beat Duke.
Yeah,
we'll find out."
Yeah,
I love it.
Right, and that's like a coach that's in it with you, because you get a lot of coach speak, and some of it's warranted, some of it's necessary, but a lot of guys don't answer the question that way.
100%.
So the fact that he's real with it is like, yeah, coach is in this with us. We'll figure out.
Yeah, what is St. John's going to do to him? He can be real.
Exactly.
You got Michigan winning the title, right? So obviously you got Michigan winning. Don't you have Michigan win the title?
Yes, I got Michigan winning the title. I do want to say I got Duke. I like
Ooh.
Pitino a lot.
St. John, baby.
Uh,
The Red Storm over
Go with
here.
the Red
yeah,
Storm.
Zuby Ejiofor, the Big East Player of the Year for St. John's. Very undersized for a 5.
Is Boozer going to make a shot, bro?
Boozer, I think, is going to outplay him. Right, upcoming top 5 pick in the draft. He's bigger. He's got higher averages. I
you
think
talking
Duke
about
overall.
the younger one? The other one, right? Oh, yeah.
I think Duke overall,
Cam.
more NBA guys. We'll see,
We'll see.
right? Duke's no slouch either.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no
I've got
slouch.
Michigan over Bama. Alabama, they average a ton of points per game.
Yep.
They also take 16 more shots than Michigan on average to get there, and I think all those are coming from they can't stop anybody.
Okay.
They are 351st in scoring defense.
Ouch.
Yeah,
So-
Michigan's going to do them up.
Good luck. Yeah, I put in here Michigan by a lot.
I
I will say, cool story from this one. Dave Portnoy. Have you guys seen the bet
Okay.
he made with his employee?
No.
His employee is going die hard for Bama this tournament.
Okay.
There's an interaction between Portnoy and his employee about the guys like Portnoy's assuming he's with him on Michigan now, right? And he's not. He's taking Bama.
Mm.
So then he goes, "I'll make you a bet." You know, Portnoy, he's got more money, he knows what to do with it, so it's not money. He goes
Right.
like, "If Bama beats Michigan," he's like, "and I'm going to tell you what you would win. You have to tell me what I would win, and if they're equal, we'll do it. If Bama beats Michigan, I'll double your salary, and I'll give you a 10-year deal."
That's a lot riding on that.
And then
That's a lot riding on
that guy's rebuttal, so the offer back to Portnoy, because Portnoy doesn't need money, obviously, is if Michigan wins, then this guy's going to do a show with an internal employee who's his arch nemesis. They hate each other. He's going to do a weekly show all the way through college football and basketball season next year, once a week,
Oh, my gosh.
with the ability to renew
Well, it's
the
just
show
great to
every
have
year.
an Alabama collegiate program that's viable. You know, a collegiate athletic.
Especially with basketball.
Yeah, and guys with felonies, so pretty in line right
Oh,
there
my-
as well.
And dudes that play in the G League. And
Word
then-
is that,
Yeah.
Auburn made that call before the tourney. Get 'em out.
That's fair.
I-
They were spurned because
I got
they
the
didn't get in.
Cyclones over the Volunteers. I like Iowa State. The coach is getting reported that he's going to go to UNC. He's denying it. They've been great all
Of
year.
course.
Big wins in the Big 12. Iowa State, I got them over Tennessee.
I
Click on
agree.
that.
I just
Iowa
put more
State.
tested
I
in
got
the
no
conference
dog in the
play.
fight. Go Balls.
Right, yeah. I think Iowa State's more tested in the
Tongue.
conference. I think, looking at their averages, it's a few points higher for what they're averaging scoring. It's a few points lower for what they're giving
Yeah.
up. In order for them to have a chance, Jacoby Gillespie will have to shoot the lights out for Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
But odd in the last game, he was the guy scoring the points, and he was off the court in weird moments of that game. So I don't know if there's something more there, but I got Iowa State advancing from that matchup.
And then the show has Arizona and Houston. Arizona's winning pretty comfortably over Arkansas right now. We'll see if Acuff and Calipari can come back. And then Houston down to Illinois currently.
Yeah,
So-
we got I know we picked Houston as a
Yep.
joint. I've got them picked as well. Same thing from the Big 12, coming up short to the championship game to Arizona. Stout defense, second least amount of points given up in the country. I love the quote from Illinois' head coach, though, 2 days ago, where I go like, okay, it could get testy. His quote was, "I'll be honest, I couldn't." This is about a reporter asking if it matters that Houston's playing them in Houston. "I'll be honest, I couldn't care less. I'm an old JUCO ball coach. I drove 16 passenger vans from Dodge City, Kansas to Mesa, Arizona for a basketball tournament. If you'd have told me back then that I'm getting to coach basketball in the Sweet 16 and play Houston, I would sign up for it. I would crawl to get there."
That's the Houston head or the Illinois.
That's the Illinois head coach. So I go like, hey, mentality alone,
Finding
if
a
any
line
of
now,
these
baby.
players can echo any of that,
Yeah.
Clearly,
Coach got it out the
it's
mud,
getting
is
through
basically what he's
clearly.
saying. You know what I'm saying? He grinded to get there.
Yeah.
I still don't think it'll be enough. I still got Houston. But I do like the quote.
But that's our 216. And then Elite Eight. My Final Four is UConn. My Final Four is still alive. I got UConn, Houston, losing right now, and then Zona and Michigan, with Zona being my champ. So
I like that.
Yeah.
Replace UConn with Michigan State, and we're in business.
Yeah, I still got mine alive too. So I got Purdue, Michigan, Duke, and UConn.
Solid.
Duke in the Final Four is kind of scary.
My apologies. I just misspoke. UConn and Houston.
Oh,
So
so you got-
UConn, Houston,
Okay.
Purdue, Michigan, with Michigan beating Houston.
Ooh. You got Michigan.
We got a lot going on
Shit.
this Illini game.
I will say
Go through the
probably a
mud.
good bait to take a champion from the state of Michigan or Iowa,
Solid.
right?
Yeah,
So
good
cool
bet.
how that works out. We'll move into the next segment here. Bumping it over to some
Best
football.
sport that happened.
Professional football.
Somebody said professional tag.
Flag football.
Oh,
There was an event this past weekend, had some collaboration between the USA flag football representatives from that team and also, projected team to play in the Olympics in LA in 2028, along with some NFL guys, some current, some retired, some YouTubers.
Some WWE performers. Yeah.
Thoughts on that? I know
Absolutely.
you watched a lot of this live, Mike. Devontae, I don't know if you caught any of this. What do you
I
guys
watched-
think
I
about
watched
it?
every second.
I'll say this. We talked about this a little bit earlier this week. I think the football guys realize that they do some things a little different when it comes to flag and how they move and how they avoid from getting their flag pulled. But with that being said, and I'm going to echo what Brandon said because I agree with this, I think if it was a full team of NFL guys and they actually practiced that and knew the rules and all that stuff and they knew the movements and what they needed to do, I think the flag football guys would be pissed off because
100%.
I think it would be different. Now, no disrespect to them, you know what I'm saying?
The bombs that the Team USA scored on was against Bud Crawford and I Show Speed.
Right,
That was who they were
right.
destroying, was those two non-football guys.
Yeah. And Speed he's as athletic as they come, but he can't.
But
do
he's
anything
not.
with
But he's not.
that. He can't do anything with that.
100%.
He can't do anything with that.
Going up
Okay.
literally against Olympic athletes. My number one takeaway was Tom. Tom walked in.
That's shocking.
The first drive that his team had against Team USA. They went down the
PSA,
field.
Mike is a Tom Brady guy.
They
Yes.
went down the
in case you
field.
didn't know that.
They got fourth down. Tom didn't play the whole drive. He got 4th and 20 from the 20. Fourth and goal from the
Talk to
20.
him, Mike.
Tom's first play. Dodges a homie who's running dead at him. Dodges the rusher and throws a dot to the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
He still got it.
Then hits the 2-point conversion from the 10 to Gronk in the back of the end zone. Gronk pulls his hammy. It was done after that. Tom got it.
Tom still got it.
His balls were on a rope.
Tom is still,
On a rope. And he was moving.
Tom's still in the backyard every day throwing like he's about to go.
Listen,
100%.
he's getting those hips reps. I
With
know
the
it was like
flag-
Alex Earl was the speculation on who he's dating, the 25-year-old influencer. He's fluid. I don't know what to tell you. That was an incredible move.
And
Besides
I was
the pro,
I was
so
texting all the people. Bro, here's the thing. Throw the ball up to D-Hop and Devontae Adams every time.
100%.
Don't get it.
D-Hop
They
was
don't get it
was
every time.
balling on these dudes, bro.
He still can play.
And at the end of the day, in the second half, obviously Team USA destroyed them. And Joe Burrow in the championship game was literally drawing the plays up every single time.
Literally.
He said, "Hey, you do this, you do this, you do this." Joe wanted to win.
Oh,
He
yeah.
should try that in Cincinnati this
Yeah,
year.
maybe it might work. Better. Zach
He
Taylor,
should try
what
it.
is he called?
I want to jump in here. I do want to
Go
jump
for
in. Okay. Dulcet,
Mhm.
that's the quarterback for the USA team.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I love his energy. He seems like a guy you'd love to be teammates with and hate to be against. Oh, unless he cusses you out like he did the other quarterback on the team for the US. Weird vibes. Like, it's a weird. He was the guy that came out and said, like, yeah, I'm better than Pat Mahomes until he proves otherwise. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm all for confidence. I'm all for believing in yourself. I'm also all for, heck no, you guys are not getting our spots for the Olympics. This is what we do. I'm all good with that. Dude, come on.
This is what
This is to me, this is Jake Paul beating up UFC fighters in a boxing ring,
Yep.
but he's never going to step into the octagon. These guys are never
a
going to
great-
They're
play
never gonna play in the NFL.
football on the same plane. What I will say is, I agree with you. I know we mentioned that. If they're really genuine about trying to win this, the NFL guys, none of these guys are on the field.
No, Kyler Murray's the quarterback.
Yes, I have literally put a roster here of guys that I go like, okay, Tyreek Hill, I know he's hurt.
100%.
Kyler Murray, Caleb
Jalen
Williams,
Waddle.
All
Cavante
the
Turpin,
fast-
Rashid Shaheed.
Devon A-Chain.
I put Lamar maybe.
Lamar. Oh God.
Bijan Robinson, Devon Achane, Jahmyr Gibbs.
What's
These are
what's
the guys
wild
you want to
is
see.
those weren't the people that were on the field, and yet the championship game, the USA
tight.
was within a score.
Yeah, it was
With
tight.
it was, and so that tells me if the NFL guys tried for 6 months, they would make the team. They would be the second.
Yeah.
The USA
Yeah,
team would
100%.
win the gold. The NFL team would win the silver.
You can't, and even if Patrick Mahomes is not the most mobile quarterback anyway, but like you can't tell me that like he's not gonna go in there and go crazy.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? He's not getting touched.
And he took it with a grain of salt. They asked him about like, hey, are you going to go out for an Olympic spot? He's like, dude, I'll be 32. I'm not running around like that.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're Pat Mahomes, you're a trillionaire.
Yeah.
Had you ever watched flag football before that? Like, have you watched a game like that?
Snips of it in the Pro Bowl.
I never, but they don't even play like that though.
Correct.
I've never seen. I did not know flag football was that.
So here is my overall takeaway. If you're a USA flag football guy, let's bring some of these guys in. Like, I get it. Like, we went to a high school where if you were from Buford, I remember Tyler Burge and I having conversations about transfer offensive linemen. Like, hey, one of us got to get that spot. I don't care if it's me or you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be him. So I get that tone of it. But do you want to win? Right? Like, Dorsett, incredible burst, very quick, very good at what he does. Do you want to win it? Because it could probably help you to have Devontae Adams.
It would 100% help you.
Or DeAndre Hopkins out there.
You just don't want him because you're selfish?
So that's the question, right? Like, hey, take this in stride. This is good that Tom Brady's on the same field as you. This is really good that
they were getting the number one person who was getting mad, Saquon. Because Saquon's built like a tank.
He's a tank.
And
Correct.
so he's barely nudging these dudes and they're falling over. Saquon at one point was like, he looked at the bro, you best not throw the flag. Sean Payton, did you hear him on the mic being like, yo, like, number one, we're only getting flags thrown on us. Number two, I had a ref tell me it's third down, and then right before I hiked it, they said it's fourth down. And so there's a lot that the game needs.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I would sign up to watch it again. It was great. I liked it.
I don't hate that the NFL is willing to do it.
Oh, I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I will say, but they seemed ticked off at the end. Tom was on the hot mic being like, bro, this is not football. I did not realize that it was this.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Pickleball has more in common with tennis than flag football has in common with pro football.
100%.
Yeah.
That's different worlds. But I do still think it's cool, like the NFL guys that were approved to go play. It's cool that they're willing to go.
Let them guys go
now,
play.
I think NFL ownership is like, let's see how this takes.
Glad the Gronk thing didn't happen.
Hey, no CTE here. Yeah. So,
which Gronk's 6'8", no one else on the USA was more than 6 foot. Was 3 for 3 with a 2-point conversion. They were, bro.
Yeah. So my thing is like, hey, if you're a USA guy and you're good enough to keep your spot, don't worry about the guys that aren't.
Coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
Go get you some NFL guys who are 8 inches taller than everyone and use that to your advantage.
Yep.
And go win every game of the Olympics.
Let's go to the association.
We'll bump to the next one. Yep. Moving to the NBA. Games that caught your eye this week.
But let's go ahead and start with the Hawks, bro. Hit me with it.
I got a couple. Yep. One of my games is the Hawks versus the Pistons. Jalen Johnson, the crew played exactly how they have been the last few weeks. The performance that stood out to me, maybe we go back and forth here, was CJ McCollum. 14 points.
I am a CJ McCollum guy.
14 points, 3 assists in the fourth quarter and overtime to help them to a win. Atlanta, and this has changed since we watched them in person the other week, Mike. I think they are starting to become a team that's going to be a really sneaky matchup in a playoff series with anyone in the East at this point. When we first started talking about this a few short weeks ago, they were in like the 9-10 range where it was like maybe they get in. I don't think the Hawks, if they're just trying to get in, I don't think they're going to make any kind of run. But now they're sitting at 6th. They're 14-1 over the last 15. The only loss coming to KD and the Rockets. I will say they had a lot of favorable
of
favorable matchups.
They got 2 Bostons, 2 Clevelands, a Knicks.
So yeah, they just came off the Wizards, the Nets, the Mavs, the Grizzlies, but they had there was a few playoff teams in there as well. Philly, Golden State. The next 15 days will show us what they can do. To your point, they've got Boston twice, they've got the Knicks, and then the Cavs twice, who currently today is the matchup in the playoff series, is the Hawks versus the Cavs. I still, as an Atlanta fan, I'm still kind of on the same train of thought that they don't have the bigs to beat the Cavs in a series. I'm still thinking that. But it is cool to see. On the other side of that, the Pistons, they're staying afloat without Cade Cunningham.
Duran is balling.
I love how the medical reports on him are like, this is just mild. It's like
collapsed
lung is mild?
Yeah, no, that ain't mild.
So they indicated a much quicker timetable. I was doing a little bit of research on this because I don't know, but they said that the typical timeline return is 3 to 5 weeks. With injuries, I usually just go straight to the end of 5 weeks, and that puts them either 1 or 2 games into a playoff series. Now, if they're still the one, they're playing an 8 at that point. Maybe you can do it without Cade for a few games. But their success in the postseason is
Are-
going to come down to having him
Yeah,
available.
they need him.
I like what the Hawks are doing. It is going to be a test. With the CJ McCollum thing, I'm all for CJ. I was about to text everyone. Man, CJ put the team on his back, super pumped, until he missed the last shot and then passed up taking the last shot in OT. I am not a anti-McCollum guy at all. I am just is he taking a little bit of the development from Jalen? Because you want Jalen to get accustomed to taking those shots, to having the ball in his hand with those moments with the game on the line, because he's going to be there hopefully longer than CJ is there.
Right.
And so I'm not against CJ taking the shots. I think CJ, the only reason they were in that game, because CJ went on a heater in the fourth. I am just Jalen's the future, and so I want Jalen to get
You're
the
worried
reps.
about him stunting his development.
Yeah, 100%. They want him to be the guy.
It's the same conversation we had about, like, we love to see Clay and Chris Middleton, but Cooper Flagg should be getting more of these shots.
Yes.
Right.
In decisive moments. So, yeah, I'm with you.
How's the table feel about my Lakers, my championship high Lakers?
Everybody's
you on
down
them right now?
Everybody's down them.
They've been on them lately, bro. They've been on a roll. Luka's averaging, 40 almost these last, 12 games. Just put up 40 again the other night, I believe.
The downside is LeBron's 60. The upside is that's the guy that needs to play well or not to have a chance, because Austin Reeves and Luka are consistent and putting up numbers. So it's really nice to say, oh, the guy that we need to play well is arguably one of the greatest to ever play the game. That's a really good spot to be in, especially when playoff basketball condenses the floor. It's more about the different sets you're running. LeBron's still 6'8", 250. Luka's huge as well. Like,
she's almost built like Sonny Styles, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, higher vert.
Here's the thing: LeBron's old, right? Yep. We know that. But
solid take on the podcast, bro.
Yep. He said 60, right?
That's factual.
That's factual. Right?
Yeah, you're right.
That's factual.
LeBron's 41 years old, and he's still playing bully ball.
Yeah.
He's still dunking on people too. As well. Here's the thing about LeBron: as long as he's facilitating the whole time, still scoring his little 18, 20, get some boards, get some assists. The issue is Luka has to take the last shots.
You like Luka taking that shot. You want him to take that shot.
He has to take the last shot.
All right. Luke Kennard made a game winner against Orlando 4 or 5 days ago.
But we're in the playoffs, though. We're not talking about regular season. We're talking about playoffs.
That's a great segue.
We're talking about playoffs.
OKC Boston is the other game that I have on my list here.
Mm-hmm.
Boston won.
Boston is starting to show me that, hey, maybe there is a champion that could come out of the East, because early on I was like, I don't see anyone in the East really winning this thing.
I'm going to get him in a minute.
Okay.
OKC shot pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shea was 10 for 12, 31 points.
Mm-hmm. They got the best player in the world, don't they?
Yep, that 20-point.
You know the problem, Mike?
You
know the problem?
More than that now.
Mm-hmm. 128 tonight, probably.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, the best
he
player.
He dropped 33?
The best player in the league.
Yes, sir.
Shot the ball 12 times.
And scored 33.
Alex Caruso shot it 11 times.
Hey, that's NBA champion.
Alex Caruso. Stop shooting the ball.
They called him White Mamba before everybody.
There are 4 guys on the team I'd rather see shoot than that guy if you're trying to win a game. Now, I'm not an OKC fan, so, hey, Caruso, pop off. I do think the Lakers should have kept him way back in the day. I'm a fan. You can't – if Shea's shooting 12 times, you can't shoot 11.
I want to hit the Celtics. You just said they got somebody that could win the title come out of the East. Did you feel that way when they lost to the antless Timberwolves 4 days ago at home? You felt the same way? Because I didn't. They lost to the antless Timberwolves at home, and Tatum did not look good. I think that it was just
but Tatum's
a great
not
game.
the piece for me. It's Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
So we got to figure out a way for Tatum to twist his ankle or something. I don't know.
So if Jalen's the piece of that, is it Jalen's team or Tatum's team? Which one?
I think that they are moving into they're going to have to pick. And I think they're going to have to pick because I think Brown has a little bit of like a don't disrespect me vibe. And so I think both of them, literally 1A, 1B, I think it's Tatum's team. I think he is the Celtic. I think if they don't win, depending on how this playoff run goes, you can get a haul for Jaylen Brown. I'd trade Jaylen Brown.
I'm gonna go and
that's
say
crazy. I know that's stupid and whatever, but like
well,
I think that you, depending on how they mesh back in and incorporate, Jaylen Brown's going to be a first-team All-NBA guy, especially since Cade is out now. It's going to be intriguing. We had this conversation. Are they more likely to lose in the first round or win the championship?
Right.
I'm very curious to see how they do in the playoffs.
What do you think? What do you think, Chief?
The needles move. They're more likely to now lose in the second round.
Okay.
But yeah, it's all for me. It's all predicated on Jaylen Brown. A lot. I mean, they were just so much better that postseason run. They won it. But
you got anything else?
No.
All right.
Those are my two
Last
names.
thing.
All right.
Last thing. Wemby, SGA. Who's the MVP? Who's the MVP? And who's the MVP?
SGA.
Why is SGA the MVP?
Listen, here's the thing about SGA. He just said he shot how many shots the other night? He had
12.
How many?
At 31.
That's KDS. That's KDS. All right. Now here's the thing about it. Yeah, Wemby's gonna get you your boards. He's gonna get you your little 3 or 4 blocks a game.
There you go.
Little 3 more blocks a game.
But the thing about SGA is you know he's gonna get to that strike. He's gonna get them free throws. You know that. He's a 20-point plus merchant. That's easy. That's like damn near guaranteed every night at this point. So you know he's gonna get you a bucket, and then you gotta account for is that boy play defense.
What you think about Wemby coming out saying, "Yeah, I'm the MVP. I am the best defensive player in the league, bar none. No one's even close. Defense is 50% of the game. San Antonio, Wemby, beat Oklahoma City 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
Beat your MVP. Beat your This is your king. This is your king. This is who you want. The guy that I have smashed this year. I'm the best player. He's calling. He's saying what it is. Hey. Wemby is the best player in the world. He's the MVP of the league. If they catch them, and if the Spurs catch them, they're 2 games back. Technically, really, they're only 1 game back because they hold the tiebreaker. If the Spurs catch them and get the 1 seed, Oklahoma City has the hardest remaining schedule in the NBA. San Antonio is mid.
I'm not worried about that.
If they catch it, if the Spurs are the 1 seed, Wemby the MVP.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I want to say.
Oh my gosh.
You said when did
Hold on. So what
him?
Mike just said is currently he's not, but if they catch him,
I think he is. I'm trying to figure out what SGA is better than.
But here's what I'm saying. You gave me 4 examples of Wemby beating SGA and where?
Yeah.
Regular season?
The MVP is a regular season award.
Okay. All right. So when we get to the postseason.
I'm not talking postseason with
we
MVP.
We have to talk postseason because here's the MVP. No, but SGA is the best player in the world.
You know what I love
now.
is Mike inserted this segment
to
try to kiss.
So I don't care about the MVP.
I'm glad
who's the best player right now in the world to you?
Don't worry. All right, here we go.
Who's the best player in the world?
I'm taking you back in time. 1988.
Oh, close
We're going to 1988, everybody.
Meditate.
1988. The Los Angeles Lakers just won Magic's 5th title.
Wow.
Michael Jordan was on the rise, had finished 2nd MVP, then won the MVP.
All right.
The best player in the world before he won a title was Michael Jeffrey Jordan in 1988, with Magic winning that title, with Kareem winning that title, with Bird winning in 86. Michael Jordan was the best. Right. Wembanyama is the best.
No.
He's the best player.
You can't use that analogy.
Wemby is Michael Jordan.
When you put it in a vacuum of a single year, yes, I'm not saying he's Mike, but in this context, I am saying he's Mike. In this context,
I know that's why I'm yelling
in the
at you.
vacuum, bro.
Hey, maybe
he's
our
the best player in the world,
our
bro.
Lakers Luka's the MVP.
Oh my gosh, maybe.
I just don't. Yeah.
I will not let this go. I'm going to be too early rather than too late. You guys can ride SGA. Wemby's the best player in the world.
That's the good thing about it is we all see what you
Have you heard about his roll gravity? That's a new stat. His roll gravity. They have to invent stats for this man because he's that dominant.
Try to get him an MVP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like you try to invent these segments.
Wemby's the best player. Go to feed of the week. I'm done. I can't believe. I thought you'd be on my side.
Athletic feat of the week.
Okay,
the most impressive athletic feat that you've seen in the past week. Devontae, I want you to kick us off. What you got?
Oh. I'm going to say the second best player in the league.
Ooh.
Joker.
Ooh.
Oh, you go. He's trying my life. Hey, he did.
Joker with the
what
big
did like 30, 17,
triple-double.
and 17?
All right, he went the big triple-double.
Yeah,
he went a big one. Right?
You're right.
And then his Robin, his Robin went 53 points. 9 from 14
Jamal?
from the 3. Yep. Who you think he was throwing it to? Just throwing it to Jamal. Joker put up 23, 21, and 19.
That's nasty.
That's nasty. Jamal Murray went 53 points, 6 and 4, 9 from 14 from the 3. You got Joker on your team.
That's the athletic feat of the week.
Yeah. Second best player in the
He's disrespected. Disrespected king is Joker right now.
Who you got, Mike? Athletic feat of the week.
Athletic feat of the week. I'm going to Devontae's favorite sport, NASCAR, baby. NASCAR.
Yeah.
Tyler Reddick.
Going to Daytona, baby.
Yes, sir.
Tyler Reddick.
Talk about MJ.
Tyler Reddick just won his 4th race to start the year. They've had 6. He's won 4. He's one of 3 drivers ever to win the first 4 out of 6 races. I think Dale Earnhardt is one of the other ones. So he's phenomenally won the Daytona 500. And the real reason why is because his car is owned by that man, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Nope.
Hey, Mike Jordan taking over NASCAR, boy.
Actually,
He said, bump the Hornets. I'm going to NASCAR.
the crazy part is the speculation is that Wemby's actually gonna buy into the NASCAR ranks.
He's gonna get a seat.
Bro,
He's
that
the
man
greatest-
can't sit in that car.
Yeah, he's the greatest NBA player compared to
wheels on
NASCAR
that-
ever.
He going to have a 32-inch wheel to bump that car up.
Sitting in the back, driving from the back.
All right, athletic feat of the week,
What you got,
Mr. Gino
Mr.
Oriyama.
Oh, I was like, are we going Geno Smith?
like,
what did
what?
Geno Smith do?
Got signed.
UConn is smoking people. I know they always do, but like it's just disrespectful to watch.
It is.
And like it's just these are other girls on scholarships playing basketball. And it was like 38-8 at one point, I think, watching. Like, it's unfathomable. I don't know. I mean, obviously the players are better than the other girls, so that is what it is. But also just the consistency of never playing down, seemingly never playing down to your competition.
Right.
And you're beating people by 40 points in the first and second round of the tournament. I think it was Syracuse's head coach was like, hey, can we go somewhere else other than Connecticut? And she got a lot of flack for that, but like, hey, I'm kind of like, hey. She's like, her point was like, we don't really even know what we got because everyone seems to be playing for second.
Gino ain't had
Athletic feat of the week. Yeah. UConn.
Because for a minute there, it was LSU was taking
South
it.
Carolina,
Baylor had South Carolina was trying. Gino said, hey.
Nope.
Gino said, we got to get it back.
Give me that back
Give
here.
me that back.
So we'll see if Dabo can do the same.
That was fun, man. You liked it?
Oh, yeah, I loved it. There we go.
That's that pod, baby. Hey, we'll have you on.
Sideline thing, baby.
Yeah.
We'll have you back on to get, getting into the NFL, high school football.
I'm with it. Got a lot of stuff to pour into there.
Yeah, baby.
Nope.
Tell the people where they can find you.
All right, man. It's your boy D-Mac. As Brandon said earlier, Devontae. They call me Bang. Whatever you want to call me, man. I'm here. My boys Mike and Cheatham at the Sideline Theory. These are my day ones, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Bad boys
Absolutely
for life.
appreciate you joining us. We'll have you back on. Maybe we'll have you back on somewhere around middle of October.
Let's do it.
Might go live.
We might have to do a live stream. We might pull off the biggest
We out here.
upset.
Drop
They
the
might
beat.
be
Appreciate
Drop
you
the
guys
beat,
for joining us. See you next week.